and action.
My favourite memory is when the Hub Church beat the Radcliffe Arms in a game of football and I scored the goal of the game.
My favourite memory of the Hub Church is the second time I came to the church. I hardly knew anyone and I had to dress up in loads of men's winter clothing, and it was on a hot summer's day and I did this race and it was so embarrassing, but thankfully I won, so yeah, that's probably my favourite memory.
My favourite memories of the Hub Church are full of lots of laughter and deep talks over a glass of wine.
One of the things I love the most about the Hub Church is that we're such a happy, friendly bunch of people, and the fact that we can meet up each month for a social event and do something different each month.
My favourite thing about the Hub Church is when we break off into discussion groups and everybody comes with a different perspective.
I have so many favourite memories of being part of the Hub Church. Let me tell you about just two, if that's okay. The first one is that I get to work with my best friends in the world and get to do a really, really fun job. And the second one is the number of times we've got to see people come into a relationship with Jesus, to meet Jesus and allow him to change their lives. It's just the best thing.
My favourite time at the Hub Church is when we have our retreat days, because that's when we get to spend quality time together and it's like family getting together.
And I think what Hub Church means to me is, sounds really cheesy, but genuinely it is like an extended family. It's people that you know will be there for you when stuff gets harder, and yeah, and that hopefully you can be there for them too.
I love that at the Hub you always get a chance to discuss your point of view on whatever the topic is that's been talked about.
My other favourite memory of the Hub Church is actually when, a couple of years ago, 3 years ago in fact, when I met a guy called Dan Drew. We'd not seen each other for a while. He'd actually invited me to his wedding, but then didn't give me an invite. That's a long story, don't worry about that. And I'd known Dan for a while, and he met me once and he said, "Tom, I'm going to start a church, would you like to come along?" And I thought it was a joke, I was waiting for the punchline, it turns out he was serious. So I came along just to see how disastrous it would be, and then 3 years later I'm still here, waiting for that disaster.
My favourite memory of Hub Church is probably the first time we arrived, because everyone was just really welcoming and really warm, and by the time we left we felt like we already knew a couple of people quite well, and we were new to the area, and it really helped us settle into Hitchin. I'm really glad we came.
My favourite thing about the Hub Church is the fantastic people who go there.
The Hub Church means everything to me.
What does the Hub Church mean to me? Well, the Hub Church has given me a job when no one else would.